This training video is for all dispatchers. Again, it's for all officers who will be dispatching, whether you're at UMH, Medical Campus, maybe Lennar, or wherever it might be. If you will be dispatching, you need to watch this video. There's a few changes from the previous version. This is going to be your main login page for the new core system. If you have any tasks pending, it'll tell you. Whether you have an activity pending, it will show you with an A. It'll also show you with an I for an incident. So if you have an incident pending that you haven't finished, it will all show here. But for dispatchers, we're going to go to the Home tab. We're going to scroll down and choose Command Center and Dispatching. Then you're going to choose the tab that says Launch Dispatch. This is how you're going to launch your dispatch, not the old way. Once you click on that, you're going to have an option here whether to open or cancel. You will open. We're going to open up the new dispatching app. It looks fairly similar to the older version. It may take a minute or two. As you can see, it looks pretty much the same. It will have maybe a little different color. If you have made some changes, you can always go to Reset Layout, and it'll bring everything back to the original way it should show. We don't use messages, so I'm going to X out of that. And we don't really use the map sometimes. You can use it. I choose right now not to use it, so I'm going to X out of the map, and I have a much cleaner, much bigger screen for me to see. I can spread out these columns, make it easier to read, make it easier to see. It's all up to you. And again, we're going to click on the plus sign to create an activity. Create an activity. You will have templates. As of this time right now, we haven't updated any of the templates until we're ready to go live. For now, we're going to do a training activity for a 999, which is a call out. You're going to choose call out. You're going to have to choose the priority if it's not there for you. If we did a template, that should be there for you. Not all calls may have the priority set. If they're not, please let us know so we can set it for you. Call source. This officer called from their telephone. They're calling out sick. Initiated by. This is where you're going to put the name of the officer that called out sick. For training purposes, we're just going to say that Officer 620 called out sick. So we choose Orlando Garcia. He is unit 620. Again, this is for training purposes only. Contact number, you're going to put the phone number that they called from. Could be their office, could be their cell, could be their home number. You're going to put location. Most of the times we put Rosensteel, because in Rosensteel is where we're receiving the call, but this should be the location of where the incident happened. Again, this is not an incident, this is just an activity, and they're calling dispatch to call out sick. So once you put RMSB, this is one of the main differences on the new dispatch. You will see that Rosensteel has many options. This is where you're going to choose what floor that location is intended to go to. So Rosensteel building, the basement, first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor. There's a copy right here, which is something that we need to fix. You should have all the floors here. Exterior, maybe unknown, north lawn. So for now, we're going to choose first floor because that's where dispatch is. Location details. Again, this is for training purposes only. It's a call out sick, so we're just going to put RMSB, or you can put briefing room description. You will have a section here to fill out, such as what time they called out, who called out, and the reason they called out, and the date they called out for. So in other words, he may have called out sick today and tomorrow and for tomorrow. So you're going to specify that here in the description. The initial notes, you're not going to have to fill out initial notes unless you choose to. For some templates, we will have some notes that are there for you. This is another one of those differences. Before, in the older dispatch, you only had 2 boxes to fill out. You're going to have 3 to choose from. You may not have to use all of them, and you will see some templates have some questions here for you that you need to answer. So again, this is a 999. It's for Orlando Garcia. We have everything filled out. You're going to hit create. You're going to have to put that person on duty so that you can actually assign them to that activity. When you click on that activity, you're going to click clear, close it, and again, you see how the record owner, it shows me because I am the dispatcher. So as of right now, the record owner is me. But we need to change that. That's the next major change from the older dispatch. You have to put here who is writing the report, who is in charge of the report, who is the owner of the report. In this instance, who is the person that called out. So you can delete by clicking the minus 620. It was Orlando Garcia that called out sick. So you need to put who called out sick. Here's the record owner. You need to put who you're assigning this activity to so they can write the incident. And for this one, it's a 999, so we're not going to write a report. We're just going to click it on no. Click close, and it's gone. But now that activity was assigned to Orlando Garcia, who is the person that called out sick. This is for search purposes. So we're going to create another one just as an example. Click on the plus sign. We're going to just make sure this one, we change it up a little bit. This is a training activity, priority, low, call source. Let's just say this one was on the radio. So an officer called on the radio. What officer called? For training purposes, we're going to use officer 625. So he is the person that initiated the call. He called on the radio stating that he needed a report or some type of activity. Contact number, you can put if he called from any location at UM. Location, we're just going to say, for example, DRI. Again, you're going to choose the DRI location, which is the appropriate one, which is either first floor, second floor, third. If you scroll down, you can see you're going to have more options. There's no way of showing this a larger screen, even though you can see there that it's kind of cut off. So for this, we're just going to say that it happened exterior. Location detail. You're going to have to put the exact location. So it happened on the exterior, but what part of the exterior? The parking lot. Description, you can just specify whatever the officer told you. So in other words, maybe the officer said there's a vehicle accident there. There's a suspicious person. Again, this is a training activity, so you can just make up whatever you want for now. Initial notes, there will be some notes there for you, or if you need to leave some initial notes for the officer, you can type them up in there. After everything is completed, you're going to click on create. I'm going to minimize this so that I can show you the rest of the screen. This is the activity we created. You can click and drag the officer that you're dispatching up there. If you don't want to do that, you can right click on the activity, dispatch officer, and select all the ones that are available. For this training purposes, we said we were going to dispatch officer Feliciano. Once he is dispatched, you can click on that little arrow there. It drops down. You have the officer there. You can also right click up here, dispatch organization. We don't have any organizations that are available right now, but you're going to have the normal list of PD1, fire rescue, whatever it might be. So for this training person, we're going to click on Feliciano. We're going to click on start because we just dispatched them. This starts him on the clock. When he arrives and he calls in on the radio that he arrived, you're going to click on arrive. And then you're going to hit clear when he is clear from the call. You go back to the call. You're going to close it. And again, this shows my name because I am the dispatcher, but we have to assign it to officer 625. You click there. You click on yes because report to follow. He's going to do the incident report from the activity that we're assigning, and we're assigning it to him. He will be the record owner. Click on close, and now officer 625 will have that activity in his main screen here at core. So when he logs in, he's going to have his task or my task, and he's going to have an activity pending for him. This has been a training for dispatchers in the new core system. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. Every dispatcher needs to follow these same instructions because they are a little bit different from the older version.